everyone, this is Irina Blount from La La Land Crafts. Today is day 13 of our holiday tutorials of 2023. This is our last tutorial for this year. Our design team started with 7 tutorials in our blog, and this is my 6th tutorial on our YouTube channel. We have a giveaway for 2 $50 gift certificates to our online store. So when you comment on the tutorials from our blog and when you comment on my videos, you'll be entered for a chance to win. And we will announce the winner on December 25th. We'll announce on our Facebook group, in our fan Facebook group, and also on the Instagram. Don't forget that our sale is still going on for the next couple of days until December 22nd. You can save 20% off in our online store. When you shop, make sure to use coupon code winter2023, and you already know where to go to shop, to lalalandcrafts.com. For today's card, I am using some of our new products and some of our older products, and also I am using some of the products from our kit of the month. I just love this framed design, and it looks like a total picture frame there, but I cannot take a credit for creating this design. I was inspired by Sandra from our design team. Sandra actually sent this card, so I have it on hand to admire. And Sandra used the window sills die rounded to create the square frame, and that would give me inspiration for my card. Can't wait to show you how I made it. Let's go ahead and start with our tutorial. I have my layers cut already, and I'll show you what I have here. I'm using 110-pound cardstock for the card base, and the card base measures 10 1/4 by 6 inches. Then I have our front layer that measures 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. I have 2 layers of gold cardstock, and they measure 5 by 5 3/4. I have layer of the paper, of the designer paper, 5 1/2 by 4 3/4. And this paper is from our Christmas hodgepodge paper pack. It has all kinds of different vintage looking designs. Then I have the white cardstock, and this will be inside layer. It measures the same, 5 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then I have the paper that I have not cut to the size yet. We'll do it together during the tutorial. And this one is from our winter time paper pack. This is the favorite one now. You can see it has many different designs in this paper pack to mix and match for your projects. And for some reason, this is not the first time during the series, but I love combining these 2 paper packs. And who would have thought that these designs, one is vintage and another one is bright and more modern, but they do work perfectly together, or at least I think so. I'm going to score my card base at 5 1/4, and then the front panel of the card I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, and then 3/4 inch on each side. So 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, then turn it, and again 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch, and that will give us 1/4 inch spine on each side. And then on the white layer, that will be on the inside of the card, I'm again going to go ahead and add 1/8 inch frame all the way around. So I'm turning my layer and then starting about 1/8 inch from the top and stopping about 1/8 inch from the bottom. I'm going to start this die cutting first. I have my gold layer and the layer from the Christmas hodgepodge paper pack, this really pretty pink gingham paper. I'm going to use our window die to create my opening. So that's the new die that was just released a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to line up my gold and gingham paper, and I'm not gluing them, they're just together for the time being. And then I'm going to use removable tape to hold the die in place, and then die cut them together just like that. Once they're die cut, I'm going to remove the gold layer altogether and then remove everything from the little pieces from the gingham paper, but I'm going to leave the die in place. So we have it like that. I'm going to save all of the other pieces for later, so this gives me right there the opening on the gold layer, but look, all of those really pretty windows from gold and from gingham, I'm going to save those for later and use them on another project. Now I'm going to take my front panel, the one that we have score lines on both sides, and I'm going to do my best to center the layer with the window in the center of this center panel between all the two of the score lines. So just do my best to center it. Then I can use the same tape to hold this all together, and I cut it like this. Now I can remove the die from the paper, from all of the layers, and the reason I'm using this die, this window die in the first place, is because we're going to use our window sills die to create our frame, and the window sills die was designed to work with this window. So this window, this die will give us the perfect size for the opening. Now I have all of my 3 layers die cut with the window, and I can glue them together like this. And then I added the white onto the gold and inside of the card. And back to our front panel, I'm going to use our window sills rounded die, and I die cut 2 of the shorter layers and 2 of the longer ones to create my frame. For the shorter ones, I'm going to add them on the sides, and then the longer ones on top and the bottom. On the shorter shapes, I'm going to add glue right above this cut line, and I'm going to line it up. The cut line lines up with the opening of my window. So just the glue goes on the top above the line, and then just take your time and line up. Make sure you line up with the opening, and that will give you about 1/8 of an inch space on the top there to show our pretty gingham paper. Then for the top and the bottom ones, they're going to be glued on right on the opening. So I'm going to put glue on the whole thing, on the whole shape, and then align it, the bottom of the shape, with the opening from the window. And the shapes, the window sill shapes, are going to overlap in the corners, just like this, and then the other one on the bottom. I just love it. Look at that. Look how pretty that frame looks. So for my card, I'm using it as a rectangle by using both of the shapes. Sandra made it as a square by using 2 of the longer ones. So you can use with this die, you can do 3. So you can do rectangle, you can do large square, but if you're using the smaller shape, you can make a smaller square as well. Or you can use it to position horizontally or vertically. So many different options just with one die. And of course you can even inset the window die back in there. Look how pretty that looks. I didn't even realize before how pretty it's gonna look when we were designing these dies. That's gonna be my favorite. And again, you can use it for many different occasions. It does not even have to be winter. So now we can go ahead and burnish the score lines on each side. So we have 1/4 of an inch line, and then we can use this frame or the front of the card and decide how much of the image from the paper we want to show inside of the frame. I'll use my ruler and measure, and I think I'm gonna cut off about 5/8 of an inch from the bottom and go from there. So on my cutter, I'm going to line it up, and I count from the left side. So this paper measures 6 inches. I'm going to count 5/8 of an inch from the side there, and then cut this off. Now to figure out how much the width of this paper I need. My front layer, the panel, measures 6 inches, and the pattern paper is going to be on the inside of it. So I'm going to cut it down to 5 3/4. And to make the layer even, I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch on each side. So 1/8 of an inch here, then I'm going to turn it and cut 1/8 of an inch again, and that will give me 5 3/4. Now this layer is 5 1/4 tall, so we're going to cut the layer of our paper to 5 inches, 1/4 of an inch smaller. Next, I have a small piece of white cardstock, 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. It doesn't need to be exact. I just need to die cut clouds for the corner, and this is from our stitched clouds border die. It comes as a set of 2. I'm using this one right here. So I'm going to position it a little bit of the angle and die cut it, and once I have it die cut, I can glue it from the inside of our frame to create the dimension, and then that's how it's going to go on our front layer. So you can get a little bit of the glue just on the top and the side, and then tack it from behind and glue this on. And now we are ready to attach our front panel to the card. I'm going to use 1/4 of an inch double-sided tape. I'm using score tape, and I'm going to add 1 line on each of the flaps, on each of the 1/2 inch flaps, and then we'll miter the corners. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut little triangles off, so I'm cutting from the score line, and that will just look cleaner once we assemble the card. And now it is the fun part of adding the front panel. Our front panel is exactly the same size as the card. Now make sure that you're not putting it upside down. So make sure you see how your card opens and our cloud is on the top. I'm going to start with one side. I'm folding it out so I can see my spine, and only the flap is folded under. And I'm going to make sure this layer, the front panel, is the same. It matches the front of my card, so I'm going to line it up like this, pull out the backing from the tape, have a little bit about an inch exposed, and then again making sure my front panel lines up with the front of the card, and pull this out. Now once I have one side attached, I can attach the second side, so I can fold the whole thing on the spine to the left and open my right side. And again, you can see I'm only folding the flap. You can see the little spine there, and it should match up with the side of your card. Again, going to pull back in from the tape, just expose about an inch there, and again make sure that it lines up. And once it's in the good position, then I can pull this out, and this gives us the dimension for our frame. And we can attach this layer on the inside, and it will close the flaps that are on the card. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks much cleaner versus the flaps showing. So this is the way I prefer doing it, instead of gluing this layer on and then adding the front panel onto the top. Well, I was gonna add the glue on, but then look at this. Look how pretty that is, this side of the paper. I am so glad that there are 2 of each paper in this paper pack, because this is just too adorable. This works as well, just so pretty with those little houses, and you can add any of your images, well, any of your La La Land Crafts images. And look how pretty that is. You can use some of the penguins, or you can use snowman, or even Marcy would be so cute. So with my heavy heart, I am adding the glue on this pretty side of the paper, because I decided to stick to my original plan and use the winter scene inside of the panel. So once the glue is on, you can just slide it in I can't believe how pretty that looks. It looks like a picture frame, just so pretty. Even without the images, it's already pretty. You can just add the sentiment there somewhere. There's so many options. Just adore it. And you can see you can fold on those little spines to press on the card to add the elements, and you can also, you can see you can mail it. If you decide to mail it, you can mail it flat. Now you can also add the window back, and look how pretty that looks. For my card today, I'm just using it as a like a picture frame kind of thing, but I just wanted to show you how absolutely pretty that looks with the window as well. And you can add the acetate like I was using, doing it in the other projects, but just so pretty. For my card today, I decided to use images and some of the dies from our kit of the month, December kit. And this kit comes with 2 rubber stamps, the little penguins, and you'll recognize the image. It's the same penguin that we have on the clear stamp set, just doing different things. And it comes also with Marcy, with the ice skating Marcy. And the kit has rubber stamps, so your other penguins are clear stamp set, and this is the rubber. And this set also comes with 2 dies. We have the ice skate die, and we also have the ice ring die that comes as a set of 2 dies, the oval with the little scenery there and the oval that is on the inside. This kit is available through December 31st, so you still have time to order it. There are 2 options. You can either subscribe and get this kit for $39.99. The value of the kit is $69.99, or you can purchase it as a standalone kit at a 25% savings. So you can decide which option works the best for you. And you'll just need to go on our website to lalalandcrafts.com, and there you can find both of the options. Just click on kit and club of the month. On my project today, I'm using this little penguin. I just adore him, and look how I colored him without any intention of using it with this paper. It just worked out so well. The color is just perfect. And of course you can use Marcy image. This frame is just good for any or all of the different images. As I mentioned, you can put, those are the different penguins from the clear stamp set. You can use your snowman, so just see what other images if you decide to use. And I'm going to use the oval and from the ice ring die. Now my camera stopped, had some technical difficulties, so you can see I already glued this layer on, and this is the whole like oval. I just snipped this part off and glued that inside of the card. And then I have the oval, the other oval that is part of this die, and I cut off 1/4 inch, and now I'm just going to add it inside of the scenery of the ice ring oval. And then I can just press on it, and that creates a really kind of cool layered effect. You can still see all of the scenery from our background paper, but now we have our die cuts in front of it. And again, this whole layer is glued, both of those dies are glued right onto the designer paper. Then I have this tree that I already die cut from the pattern paper from Christmas Hodgepodge paper pack, and this was die cut with our 2 Christmas trees die. This is the new die. I'm going to glue it right there, so we have something behind our penguin to make him stand out even more. So just a little bit of the glue, and then it goes on the inside. Then for the sentiment, I'm going to use one from the stamp set, from the penguin stamp set from the kit, and it says skating by to say hello. I stamped it already on the wider one from our stitched ribbons die. It comes as a set of 3, so there is a wider one that I use, there's a medium size and a smaller one. I'm just going to cut off right next to the sentiment, and then it's going to be on the side there. And I have one of the snowflakes, the snowflake ornaments from one of our re-release die, and I'm going to make a little kind of corner embellishment there with we have our cloud, we're going to have our sentiment, and then the hanging snowflake. I added little half pearl to the center of the snowflake, kind of give it dress it up a little bit, give it embellishment. So pretty, just brightens it up. And now I can glue my little penguin to the side right there. So I'm going to put the glue on his left side where he's standing over the frame. Now on the inside I use our winter circle die, and I cut these 2 Christmas trees from the same paper, from the Hodgepodge Christmas Hodgepodge paper pack. So this is the same design as the tree on the front of our card. I'm going to glue both of them like that. I just wanted to show you this. So this is the same. As you can see, these trees match the design from the front, so this is the smaller one I used. And then it matches also the Christmas trees on the ice skating ring die, and it also matches the Christmas trees from our new stencil called Christmas trees. So that's everything matches the same design of the Christmas tree, and you can mix and match. This is even the same size. As you can see, the largest one from the winter circle is the same size as the stencil, the image on the stencil. So as you can see, you can mix and match not only dies from the new release or dies and stencils, but you can also match it with your kit of the months. When we designed the kit of the months, we designed it so it can be a standalone kit, so you have everything there, but of course you can also use any of our other products to mix and match. And this is on the inside, and our card is completed. I just love how it turned out, and I hope you love it too, and I hope you'll give this idea a go to create the frames with the windowsill die. And this is our last tutorial of the 2023. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the whole series, the 7 tutorials from our design team and 6 of mine. We have so many more things planned for you in the new year in 2024. Some of them are already on the schedule. The first one, we have an album, a winter album featuring a lot of the new products from the winter release. That's the album from Marta, and you can sign up on our website at lalalandcrafts.com. Just find winter album there. We have a 3-day virtual event scheduled already as well, and that is for coloring and card making. We have in-person events in our new office in Brentwood, California. So if you're local or somewhat local, make sure to take a look. There's a 3-day event on the schedule in January as well, and we'll have many more to come. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you. We appreciate your business. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. And I will see you sometime soon. Much love. Bye for now.